One time, I fell asleep on the plane at LaGuardia, even before we took off. Unbeknownst to me, we never did take off. We stayed on the tarmac. And then they decided the plane, for whatever reason, couldn't fly. They took us back to the gate and announced we were getting off. I got up to get off. I thought I was in Chicago. I'm like, this is strange. O'Hare looks so much like LaGuardia. But I knew I hadn't had a drink, so I couldn't figure out what was going on. But no, insomnia is a symptom of overload. And if you're like me, you fall asleep, but you wake up somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. And then every worry, every thought, every problem in the world you have to solve before you can go back to sleep. Fortunately, that happens approximately 1/2 hour before you have to get up. And then you wake up and you're tireder than ever. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called nocturnal variation, and it's a symptom of overload. Very, very common symptom. What about physical symptoms? Headaches, backaches, neck aches, jaw aches. That happens all the time. A few years ago, we went to go pick up my son at college at Eau Claire. And if you're familiar with Wisconsin, from Milwaukee to Eau Claire is about 3.5 hours. And as we pulled out of Milwaukee, it started to snow. By the time we got to Madison, it was really coming down. And by the time we got up to Mauston, it was a blizzard. Now, those of you that are married know that driving in a blizzard with your spouse is not a marriage builder. I mean, we're arguing and cars are going off the road and things are really getting awful. We saw trucks jackknife, and all of a sudden, we go past where a car had gone off the road and flipped 3 times, and the headlights were shining through the snow. My husband said, we have to stop. There could be somebody in that car. We carefully made our way to the side of the road and pulled over. And he got out and ran back where the car was. The doors were blown off, the windshield was blown off, and he reached inside and took out a 19-year-old girl. Fortunately, the airbags had gone off, and she didn't seem to be badly hurt. He carefully helped her walk back to where we were parked, and I found myself saying a little prayer. Please, let her just be depressed. Because I've been in mental health my whole nursing career, and I don't know what else to do. Good news, she was depressed. And she wasn't hurt at all, because I'm thinking if I got to do anything more than put a Band-Aid on, I'm in trouble. But the reason I tell you this story is because when we finally got up to Eau Claire to pick up my son, my neck was so stiff I could hardly move my head. Because you see, during that whole trip and everything that happened, that stress was building up in my body. It's not necessarily something you can control. It takes a toll on your body, even if you believe you're managing it well. Stress is like that.